Go. Go.
Hi, I'm Emily Mitchell. This is a simulation for Casper College Occupational Therapy Assistant Program. Today we're going to do dressing of the infant. We're going to do a couple different scenarios. We're going to do high tone spasticity, right side affected, and also we're going to do low tone hypotonicity on the right side affected as well. So you're going to want to come in. We are kind of pretending this is a home environment. So you're going to come in, you're going to knock, you're going to introduce yourself. Always take off your shoes when entering someone else's home. Ask mom if it's okay to handle the child. Tell her that you know they've been evaluated the week before. You're here to kind of follow up on some of that. Ask for her concerns. For this first scenario, it's going to be the hypertonic. And so with our key points we're going to look at is hip flexion, chin tuck, and also we're going to look at side lying. So side lying is going to be our best position for that. So I'm going to leave and then come back in as a therapist. Mom's going to come in my absence.
Hello, come on in.
Hi Cassidy.
Hi.
I'm Emily. I'm your occupational therapy assistant today.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So I had heard that little Johnny here was having some dressing issues and you have a few concerns. Could you kind of tell me about some of those?
Yeah, when I've been dressing him, he tends to kind of go really rigid,
Okay.
really straightens himself out.
Okay.
And he's been crying a lot, so I'm not for sure. I know I'm hurting him, I'm not trying to hurt him, and I'm clueless on how to dress him. And
Okay.
especially now with winter coming on, I know I'm going to have a lot more clothes that I'm going to have to
Absolutely.
put on him, so I
Absolutely.
just want some help.
Okay, sounds good. I see you have your boppy here.
I do,
Yes, this can actually be used for us really well. Is it okay if I hold Johnny?
most definitely.
Okay. Let's see. So how you've been dressing him on his back? Is that how you're
Yeah, I
doing
just
it?
lay him down.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just going to kind of show you a few different options. We can just kind of try and see what works best for you. If something doesn't work, you've tried it before, just let me know and we'll kind of problem solve together and we'll be able to figure it out.
Sounds good.
Okay. So first, I'm just going to set him in a sideline position here in your boppy. Is that okay, you think?
Mhm.
All right. So basically what we're looking for here is we want to make sure that he's just in that sideline position. It's just going to kind of make it a little easier for you to manage his clothes, manage the way his body is. And you said his right side was the one that was affected, right?
Right.
Okay, well, when we're undressing a child, we're actually going to want to start on the other side. So I'm just going to kind of turn him softly over this way. So as far as shirt goes, just going to take off this arm. Put him over the head, again, making sure you're supporting him. There we go. And then off the other side. And then pants. Doesn't really matter, you can just do it the same way. Both all in one fluid motion. Oh, as fluid as we can get, there we go. Okay, so when you're dressing him at this point, we're going to want to turn him again. So
Okay.
I'm just going to make sure to support him. And another good thing is to make sure that his chin is staying tucked when you're turning him. It just kind of gives you a better handle on things and helps his body stay in the position we want it in. Okay. Oh, let's bring in a shirt with us. Okay. Other side. All right, so his affected side is what we're going to want to dress first. It gives you more material to work with and it generally makes things a little easier.
Okay.
So we're going to do that right arm.
And what size of clothing do you recommend?
You know, I would buy clothing that was probably about a size larger
Okay.
than what he typically is.
Okay.
It just gives you a lot more to work with and makes things a little easier for both of you. At this point, I'm going to keep that chin tucked. Roll him to the other side just so I can get to that side a little easier. There we go.
What if I don't have a boppy? Are there other
You know, it's
possibilities?
totally fine if you don't have one. You can always use different, pillows, rolled up towels, things like that. But a great thing that you could use is just your body. And so just use your legs. Make sure you've got him nice and tucked in here. Kind of want him as close in as possible, really close to your body. And just giving him, again, that hip flexion, that chin tuck, and just really being able to support him in that way.
Okay. Is there other positions too?
There are, For pants, actually a really great one is just what we like to call prone, which is just on his belly.
Okay.
So you can use your leg again for that, or the boppy, either one. And his legs at this point will just kind of go into extension anyway, and then that kind of gives you the opportunity just to put both in at one time.
Okay, that's probably easier.
Yeah, it's a little bit
Okay,
easier.
okay.
I would recommend this one. Okay. There we go. Happy baby.
Okay, excellent.
Okay.
Can I check?
Absolutely.
So you're saying the key points are,
Let his chin tucked down.
okay, so I can bring him across here,
Absolutely.
make sure head's rested,
Chin is tucked
Chin
in.
tucked,
Yep.
hip
Supported.
flexed,
Hip flexed.
and dress his bad side first?
Yes.
And then what comes out first?
His good side.
Okay, his good side. Why is that?
Because then that gives you more material when you're trying to work with the affected side, his bad side.
Okay, that makes sense. So here or
Or here,
prone?
prone, yep.
Okay, do I need to worry about anything with his nose or anything?
You know, just make sure that he can breathe. Obviously, you don't want his face in your leg, but as long as he's over it, you should be okay.
Okay. Can I hold him here in my lap?
You know, you absolutely can try it as long as he has that chin tuck in there. A lot of kiddos, the only thing we kind of have a little concern with is if, you know, he starts to really pull back on you. Could be a problem, but if you have, you know, his hips tucked in, his chin tucked.
Okay, excellent. All right, I will try those strategies. Thanks
Perfect.
so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.